Great. Okay, so we got John. Cool. All right, we'll just wait for our co-host Nee to get over here, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, everyone who is on the call, you can look up in the up right-hand corner, and there's a couple different viewing options. I personally turn off. I select side-by-side gallery, and I'm not showing non-video participants, so it kind of reduces some of the clutter on the side. Go here. Great. Cool. Nee, how you doing?
Good. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, same.
Ready to do this, Zach?
I'm ready to do this. I think we got most everyone on the call, and we'll have to play. We'll shoot from the hip if anything comes up.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We're so excited. It's the finale.
Yeah, this is a big thing. Maria, is it still echoing on your end? Yes. Nee, are you getting an echo from me or anyone?
Nope.
No. All right, Maria, it might just be you. Anyone else out there getting an echo, feel free to drop it in the chat and we'll reduce that issue. Cool. All good there. Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry about that, Maria. I'm not sure what's going on, but sounds like otherwise we're pretty good. All right, so to jump on in, welcome everybody to the Flower City Harvest Cup finale. Wow, it's been a long time coming. We are stoked to have everyone here. We're anticipating a bunch more people rolling in, and we got a fun program for you today. Yeah, so we are going to start. We are your hosts. I'm Zach Sarkis. I am the founder of Flower City as well as New York Hemp Lab.
And my name is Nee. I am the co-founder of Sativa Remedy, a hemp dispensary here in West New York. And we've been working closely with Zach and our team here at Flower City to curate this Flower City Harvest Cup event.
Great. So what is the Harvest Cup? Well, first and foremost, the Flower City Cup is a semi-annual event platform for raising funds for community reinvestment. The Harvest Cup itself is a event celebrating the 2020 harvest. It's also really outlining and underlining the importance of hemp flower for the New York State community, specifically the farming community, as well as for consumers. And this platform, again, we're raising all proceeds for the Harvest Cup and the Flower City Cup are being used for reinvestment. We'll learn a little bit more about that. But the Flower City Harvest Cup 2020, we had over 55 flower submissions from 30 farms from across New York State. There was, I think, over 30 unique strains that were submitted. Over the past couple of months, we have been selecting the top 20 cultivars that were selected as what we're calling the top 20 finalists. We have over 50 judges that from all over New York State that have been analyzing the top 20 cultivars. So a couple of weeks ago, we sent out 1,000 1-gram samples to these 50 judges. 12 of them are industry experts and industry judges that you'll be hearing from today. And then 40 of them are from the public, and they're the People's Choice judges. Each of them are voting to select the People's Choice champ and or the Harvest Cup champ. And then there's kind of combined categories as well, where we use all the votes to determine who has the best smell, the best taste, look, etc. So far, we've raised over $5,000 for community reinvestment. We're really humbled by the way everyone's shown up and supported this cause, and we know we're off to a great start. Also want to say, with all those judges, we sent out 1,000 1-gram samples. We're happy to report that we had a 65% return rating. We got over 650 individual grades. So that means of the top 20 cultivars, 650 individual grades that gave feedback and rating on a spectrum of things. So we're really stoked to show y'all what the numbers came in and looked like, and it's been such a process. And with that, I want to just address who the Harvest Cup organizer is. It's been a partnership between Flower City Collective, Rock Normal, which is the Rochester-based chapter of Normal, and Sativa Remedy, which Nee is also, Nee is one of the co-founders, and then her partner John as well. And a little bit more specifics. So again, my name is Zach Sarkis. I'm supported here by Nika of Sativa Remedy, her partner John Fraser, and then Mary Kruger, who's the executive director of Rock Normal. I got to just offer so much gratitude at this point in time. This is a vision that came to us a couple of years ago, but the amount of work leading into this has been so substantial. John and Nee from Sativa Remedy have basically used their hemp dispensary as the landing zone for all of the submissions. So everyone who sent in flower landed at Sativa Remedy. Nee was the gatekeeper, where she basically got rid of all the data associated with that flower submission, the name, the farm, the strain, and gave it a number. John began the intake form, took hundreds of phenomenal photos, began the initial analysis that allowed us to take those 55 plus submissions and narrow them down to the top 20. Nee's also been really crushing it on the social media and design, and they both helped build out the website. And Mary Kruger has been with us from the start when this was supposed to be an event last spring. And so to really see this full circle, the amount of hours have been countless going into this event. We're all volunteer based. And yeah, I'm really humbled because the group that showed up for this cup are the type of people anyone would hope for their team. There's not too many people in this industry who show up day in, day out to put their best foot forward without, anything other than for the cause and for the community. And so huge thank you to Nee, John, and Mary. I cannot, I can't express how much effort's been put into this, and you guys have just shown up. So thank you so much. To continue with gratitude, I also got to thank Dynavap. They are our event sponsor. They sent us over 50 of these unique, no battery, no smoke vaporizers. Super cool piece of technology. We've had a couple cool calls with them, and basically this allowed all 50 of the judges to taste all these unique flower strains for their grading. And one thing we are really trying to promote through this event is we're not promoting smokable flower. We're promoting the access to hemp flower in general. And one way people like to do that is to taste it and to vaporize it. And we imagine that that's something that can be advocated for, especially in this time where we're facing a flower ban. But more to hear about that. But again, thank you so much, Dynavap, for all your support. You guys showed up so big for this startup event and really give us the mojo and motivation to keep on going forward. Huge shout out to all of our partners. These are people who've supported us in one way or another, well, it's on social media or it's donating stuff for giveaways that we'll have today, but that's the NYCGPA, Hemp Lab, the medical cannabis community, Western New York Normal, Bardo Labs, Canadiva, Tonic, and so many more. Just the individuals who showed up. It's just, we're so lucky to have that support. Also got to give a huge shout out to the People's Choice judges, all 40 of y'all from all over the place who've been with us on social media, who've been providing us with your comments, and who made a substantial donation to be a People's Choice judge. We got big love for you guys, and it's been so much fun doing this alongside of you. Also got to give a huge shout out to all the New York State hemp farmers, Breathing Webs Farm, Claveric Farms, Dennis Van Wagenen, Glennis CBD, Grow More Farms, Growing Family Farms, Heartstone Organic Farms, Empire State Growers, Indigo Hemp Farms, Miss Perry Farm, New York Hemp Oil, New York Hemp Service, Premium CBD Spot, Leaf LLC, Scott Valley Ranch Farm, Ranch Hemp, Sherwood Forest Hemp Farm, Sterling Sunset Farms, Terrace Craft Hemp, Toadflax Nursery, Twin Arch Farms, Unhinged Hemp Farm, and Weaver Road Farms. This would be nothing without the New York State farmers that showed up as big as they did. Really, I got goosebumps just thinking about how much love you guys have put in by submitting, participating, following along, being patient with us, and really standing up for the cause. Also, it's just fun to take a peek at all the strains of the cup and bringing our gratitude back to the plant. We're here celebrating hemp flower, but we know that hemp is the most utilitarian plant on this planet. And we got to give big thanks to this plant, and that's why we're here. Today, we are focusing on some awesome strains, some Abacus, Amy's Hemp, Berry Blossom, Blackjack, BAOX, Bristol Blonde, Bubba Kush Dry, Bubba's Early Resin, CBG White, Champagne, Cherry 308, Cherry Wine, Electro, Gatsby, Hawaiian Haze, Jamaican Lion, Lifter, PG Stout, PG Suver, Plain Jane, Purple Wave, Red Bordeaux, Relief Now, Sour Space Candy, Sour Special Sauce, Sour Suver Haze, Southern Cat Daddy, Southern OGs, Special Sauce, Stormy Daniel, Suver Haze, Susie Q, Susie's Gift, and Titan. That is a mouthful, but I can tell you what, each one of these was shown its own expression, which relates back to the farms. And we are so stoked to be reviewing these today. And would love to call upon our friend Alan Gandelman of the NYCGPA, and would love to get a little bit of an update about the hemp flower ban, what's going on, and again, why we're here and why we're doing this. Thank you so much, Alan.
Awesome, Zach. Thank you for having me. So a quick update, as many of you know, the hemp extract bill came out this fall right after harvest season, and as a surprise to all of us in the industry, the state decided to ban the sale of hemp flower, which was totally uncalled for and pretty crazy. They had a comment period. A lot of you submitted comments. The state has over, I think, 300 or 400 comments from New York State businesses and farmers, many of those about the hemp flower ban. They're currently reviewing those comments and will issue updated set of regulations sometime in the first week of February. We don't really expect them to reverse the hemp flower ban from the comment period. The fact is that the current cannabis czar, Norm Birnbaum, is really not a fan of hemp flower, and he has told us on multiple occasions now that he really would only like to see hemp flower being sold at adult use dispensaries, and that is just a completely unacceptable path for the 700 hemp farmers in New York State to waiting around for a year, 2, 3 years till there's actually enough dispensaries that our hemp flower could get into. So currently what we have done is we've worked with Donna Lapardo. She's an assemblywoman in the Southern Tier based out of Binghamton, and she has been the hemp champion for many years. And we helped her write a new bill. It's a one-page standalone bill. And all it says is that it takes hemp flower out of the purview of the Department of Health and lets farmers sell it like an agricultural commodity. This will be a huge win for us. Currently, she has filed her bill, and we're just waiting for the Michelle Hinchy, who is our New York State Senator and chair of the Agriculture Committee, to file a same as bill. And hopefully these bills will be passed in the next month or two, potentially, as everyone has their eye on cannabis. Once these bills get passed, they take effect immediately. So the second these bills are passed, hemp flower will be legal, treated like an agricultural commodity, and we can all breathe a sigh of relief. Now, we've pushed really hard this winter to get that done because we all know it is time to start ordering seeds, and there's a lot of questions, with farmers about, myself included, like what seeds am I going to order? What am I going to grow? Am I growing for flower? What's going to happen? So hopefully within the next couple months, we will have a resolution to that. Once the bills are filed, we will have a call to action. We'll have a way for people to contact your local legislators to make sure that everyone is on board and everyone passes the hemp flower bill, and we bring it back as a legal crop and a legal agricultural commodity, so farmers could package their own flower, sell their own flower at their farmers markets, and bring it back as a craft agricultural product like it was meant to be.
Thank you so much, Alan. Yeah, we're facing some big hurdles, but our friends over at the NYCGPA have been working night and day for years to really push something that's going to allow this craft industry to blossom. And really, again, that's why we're here today. So Alan, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate the work you all are doing, and keep us in the loop as to what we need to do next. Cool. All right, so why are we here today? We call it the Cup for a couple reasons. One, there's going to be a champion that's going to get sent the great golden goblet that we've taken some great pictures full of herb. Yeah, Nee's gonna pull it out there. There is the cup itself. But beyond that, we've using the cup as a metaphor. The idea is that we want to raise funds to fill the cup. And once we get to this harvest cup, the idea is as the cup is overflowing, we can pour it into the hands of others. So annually, we want to keep filling the cup so we can raise the cup and then pour it into those in the hands of need, those who are in need at this point in time. And we have 3 incredible regional organizations that are in the Greater Finger Lakes, Buffalo, Rochester area who've been some are in response to the most immediate needs that we've seen through this pandemic, but also they are all rooted in and have been active in their communities in one way, shape, or form for a long time. So really, really excited to give a moment for each one of the community organizations that we're donating these funds to just speak about who they are, what they're doing, how they're doing, and maybe how they'll use the funds at hand. So super stoked to introduce y'all to them. So we are going to actually take this opportunity again. If you're feeling inspired, if you're feeling like you're in a place of abundance these days, if your cup is full, feel free to scan this right now. And we're still taking donations for the Flower City Cup because we want to hit that $6,000 fundraising goal. So scan this, send us another donation if you're in a place that you feel called. We'll probably do this a couple of times. Anyone who makes a donation qualifies for giveaways. We're stoked. Hope you're stoked. So we're going to call on Tanya of the Flower City Noir Collective, and would love just, give us a little introduction, and thank you so much for being here. Oh, we got you on mute still.
Thought I pressed both buttons at the same time. Peace. Happy Sunday, everyone. Super grateful to be a part of this and in this sharing space with you guys on this snowy Sunday. So, hey, I'm Tanya Noel. I'm co-founder of Flower City Noir Collective. We create spaces of Black joy and Black liberation in the city of Rochester. And we do that in a host of ways. And one of our base programs is our community garden. That's what these funds will be going to. We're going into our 5th growing season this year, where we grow food, share like education on how to grow, really building sustainability and self-awareness and like doing it for ourselves, really for us, by us brand. And we've been making it happen. So it's super amazing to be going into our our 5th growing year, and so to be recognized and to be sharing this space with folks, specifically like Rock Food Relief and Mass Ave Project, like all on like a similar path and doing a similar work is amazing. So I'm super grateful to be here. Yeah, that's it. We grow food. We do super dope shit all the time. Check out our website. It's flowercitynoircollective.com, .org for all the like super information. We do really a host of things in the community and really like continue to make impact and change and adapt as things go. 2020 was a crazy year, and we were able to adapt and serve as we've been doing. So I'm excited to be again included and to be doing this work. So yeah, donate, check the website, and this is awesome. Thanks for including us.
Sweet. Cool. Thank you so much, Tanya. And yeah, we love the work you're doing and can't wait to keep working with you. So thanks for making the time. And I'm going to drop your website in the chat right now. Folks want to check that out. And yeah, great. So next we are on to MAP. So Aaron, would love to call you up just to give a shout out to MAP in the same way. So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm Erin Carmina, Development Director at Mass Ave Project. MAP is an urban farm and youth employment agency on Buffalo's west side. We've been incorporated as a nonprofit since 2000, but it's actually started a lot longer before that. Folks in the community, noticed that a lot of houses had been torn down in Buffalo over the years, so there are a lot of vacant lots. The grocery stores were closing down one by one, so access to fresh, affordable produce was getting to be really hard. And then there were an abundance of teenagers and no jobs, so they started farming on a lot, bringing in the local youth to help, and allowing them to bring that produce home to their families. And that's really where we stemmed from. We've grown so much since then. A big part of what we do is our mobile market. So think of it as a farm stand on wheels. We bring the produce that we grow and then also connect with our rural farmers in Western New York, for the most part, some Niagara County too. And we bring that produce to communities in Buffalo that are lacking in food security. So last year, was a really tough year for everybody, but especially in Buffalo. The rate of households that are experiencing food insecurity is double of Erie County itself. So we really pivoted what we were doing and focused on helping to connect our farmers who were losing revenue from the lack of restaurant sales, connecting them to different food access and food pantries in Western New York, and also trying to think outside the box about how we are going to bring produce. A lot of our partner sites, which, they could be community centers, schools, churches, they either weren't able to host our market anymore because of COVID, or just didn't really have the infrastructure to help us do that. So we started a food box program delivering that. And then also, thanks to a local sponsor, we're able to offer 50% off as a food access pass. So, nobody had to apply for that. We don't need proof of income. They could just say like they needed help with their food, purchasing that week or the entire season. We don't care. And they got 50% off. So it was a really great year for us.
That's incredible. Any idea what you'll be using the funds for?
Well, we are so impressed at how much you all have been able to raise for us. And, a couple examples of how, we're able to spend those dollars. It costs us $1,000 to keep a youth employed for 6 weeks. $1,000 could help us actually pay one of our market volunteers. So, volunteers are great, but in this time, especially now, people need money. A lot of, our colleagues are out of work in the restaurant industry. So we would be able to, employ them for up to a month potentially with this donation. So it's a really big deal.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Erin, thank you so much for the work you all are doing. We're stoked to be partners with you. And yeah, again, can't wait to keep working with you moving forward. Cool. All right, Ilhan, I'll call you up next. And this is our last organization that we're supporting. And Ilhan, thank you so much for being here.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. Should I go now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say something. My name is Ilhan Ali, and I'm the director of Rock Food Relief. It's a program in Rochester, New York that provides free groceries to families. We started up from a Facebook group. It was a few friends and I that were just like, hey, Pause New York was just announced. And I reached out to friends because for me, finding out that kids were not going to get school lunch anymore was a big trigger. Because for me, school breakfast and lunch growing up was the only 2 meals that I had. So to find out that we're in the middle of a pandemic on top of children not being able to access consistent food was extremely triggering. And I was like, well, what can I do? And I really thought we were just going to start a Facebook group and people were going to post that they needed help and other people could maybe help. But it turned into thousands of people reaching out in the city of Rochester and just being like, how can we consistently help? How can we make this a thing? And in March, it's going to be 1 year of Rock Food Relief. I'm the director of it, and I never imagined it would turn into something this amazing. We went from just helping people with groceries to posting bill requests that people have. It's just all-encompassing mutual aid. And just kind of reimagining the future that we want. I know you've heard a bunch in the last few months, defund the police, but I feel like Rock Food Relief is helping people imagine what we can do when we defund the police and reinvest in our communities, and imagining a future that we can all be profiting in, because it's as simple as us encouraging people, hey, when you go to the grocery store, and your total comes up to like $60 and you're like, oh man, I thought it was going to be $100. Turn around and spend $40 more and fill a food stand. We collaborate with Rock Food Not Bombs, Label, which is Liberate All Black Lives, a bunch of other people that are filling stands in Rochester. And it's just been, if I don't know. I get kind of emotional talking about it because it's like, if people were just to realize that scarcity is a mindset brought on by capitalism and that we could all imagine more, then I feel like Rock Food Relief wouldn't just be celebrating 1 year in March, and we would be celebrating like 10, 15, or 20. And I hope for that for the future. And the funds that you give us will go directly to helping people in our community. So thank you. And you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook. Oh, yay, Mary's posting it in the chat. So
Yeah. Cool.
We finally just got an Instagram or Facebook. So encourage people to follow it. For the longest time, it was just word of mouth. So thank you for having us.
Ilhan, thank you so much. And I just love, the new vision for a new future. And one thing with the emergence of cannabis and hemp, we, the organizers of this event, see it as a doorway for community reinvestment, for lifting up the community at large, inclusivity, et cetera. So that's one thing we've been working on here, and one way our visions align. So Ilhan, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, cool. All right, folks, we are getting closer to the moment everyone's been waiting for. Thank you so much for being here. Again, just a quick little thing I want to say. Yeah, here's a donation button if y'all are willing and able. Also, in the upper right-hand corner, you have the opportunity to switch your view. It says standard, which you could put, there's speakers up at the top. It's side-by-side speaker as an option, or side-by-side gallery. I'd recommend either the side-by-side gallery or just the standard, just so you can see what's going on. You could also do full screen if you want. All right, so Nee, I think I'm gonna hand it off to you, and just to start the overview of today's format.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're getting close to announcing the winners. I know you're all itching to find out who has won this year's Harvest Cup, but just some admin things to begin with. We have our finale format where we're going to be introducing our industry judges. Thank you to all of the judges that participated this year. We're going to talk more about our intake and grading process and what that really looked like on the back end, and to be completely transparent with how we determine the winners. We're going to introduce the top 10 finalists and announce the categories and the category winners. But in between, we're going to keep you engaged and keep you excited by doing little giveaways. So like Zach said, if you feel called and inspired to, please donate, and that will automatically enter you into our fun giveaways. We got a couple great prizes from some great organizations, and let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll. All right, so we're just going to say what's up to the judges, but the judges will have a moment to introduce themselves once we get the ball rolling and start introducing the top flower. So Nee, you want to just kind of do you and I popcorn style, saying people's names, and each one of these faces will be able to show themselves once we come into the flower analysis of our top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have Reggie from Canna House. We have Emily Kyle from Emily Kyle Nutrition, Penelope Hamilton from Western New York Normal. We have Eric Carbone from Bardo Labs and Tonic CBD.
We got Maria Perry of Miss Perry Farms, Jim Casteter of Casteter Cannabis Group and Empire Standard, John Fraser of Sativa Remedy, Jonah Casper of Alohi.
And then we have, I'm sorry.
No, I was sending it back to you. You got it.
We got to figure out our past. Then we have Sarah Stennett from Ananda Farms. We have Mary Kruger from Rock Normal and Mary Pryor from Can Inclusive, as well as Tonic CBD. Once again, every single judge here, we are so grateful for your participation, and we look forward to working and collaborating with you on future events. Thank you for being here and for being our wonderful judges.
Yeah. All right. So to the grading process.
So to start off, as you may know, we had over 55 flower submissions. It was way more than we expected to get. And all the flowers were sent to Sativa Remedy, our hemp dispensary here in Western New York. When we received the flowers, again, I went through the process of removing any information. So this could be COAs, checking to make sure everyone did send a COA, sent in their application, and then I assigned a random number to each individual strain that was sent through. And then from there, my partner John started taking pictures of each flower strain so that we were able to highlight them throughout these events. And once we did that, it is a double blind judging process. So all the industry judges, along with our 40 People's Choice judges, did not know the identity of the flower that they were enjoying, or judging. And the only person throughout this process that knew up until today was myself on the identity of the flower, its grower, and its strain name. And I can't wait to be revealing that later.
Cool. And so the categories that we're looking at today are the best nose, the best look, the best taste, the best feel, sustainability award, Harvest Cup champion, Harvest Cup second place, People's Choice champion, and People's Choice second place. So we got a few awesome things to look at and keep an eye out for. Really stay tuned as we're looking at the top 10 digest, because our hope is for y'all in the audience to try to guess who's going to be the winner, just listening to the responses. And so we wanted to just give a shout out to the top 20 farms and strains. So none of the farms have seen this at this point in time. Again, it was double blind. So this is the opportunity to see who made it to the finals. Just to be clear, some folks sent in 5 samples, some folks sent in 1 sample. We limited the finals to the top 2 of any specific farm. There was some that maybe could have had 3 in the top 20, but we decided just for the fairness, that was one place there was a filter where like we wanted to make sure there was more farms in it than not to show diversity. So big shout out to all the farms that you see on here that got a list. So if you were a judge, you can now see what the different strains were connected to what farm, and we're going to keep on looking at this as we go forward. Nee, do you want to say anything else to this?
I think it was a very, very difficult process being the first to have eyes on the submissions. Once we reached 30 submissions, I knew our job had gotten extremely just that much more difficult, to be completely honest. With New York State only having a couple years of hemp growing under their belt, we really didn't expect the quality that came through. So to every single farmer that submitted in a strain, the hard work that you put into cultivating these flowers, it really is a true art form, and we hope to continue highlighting you throughout events like this. And thank you everyone that submitted, and really super excited to announce these winners.
Yep. So we are another opportunity. Again, we just have this staged out throughout the event. So again, if you're feeling inspired, if you forgot, if you didn't have your phone, take a moment, scan this, and add a little bit more to the cup before we pour it out later this evening. And thank you. There's also been a bunch of donations coming through the pipeline. Super grateful for all the folks who are taking the time and leveraging this. So thank you. All right. So giveaway time. Nee, what do you got for us?
Alrighty, so our first giveaway, we are going to include everyone. This includes our farmers, our People's Choice judges, and everyone that has donated. And we are going to be giving away some amazing prizes. So I'm going to share my screen. I have all of the names entered into a wheel, and it's going to be randomly selected. So let's do this.
Okay, let's make sure you can share it. So I'm here with you. Do you have yours coming up?
Nope.
Let me just give you access to that.
You cannot start sharing screen while others participants are sharing.
Okay, let's. Well, Nee, we might have to trust your judgment here. We'll work on the back end of the giveaway there, the spinning wheel. So Nee, you want to just click the spin and then decide who it is, and we'll go from there. So if you all can just imagine, there's a big, beautiful, colorful wheel spinning in circles with everyone's names in it. And,
yes, and the first winner that is going to win a tonic flight is going to be unhingedhemp@gmail.com.
Sweet. So what's our process for getting them that?
So please stay tuned. We're going to be recording down all your emails and sending you a confirmation email so we can get your shipping addresses and get these wonderful prizes sent out to you. We also have multiple winners. Surprise, surprise.
Ooh, okay.
So we are going to also be giving away a topical 1,000 milligram topical by Bardo Labs. And I'm going to pick a winner right now. I hope you can hear my music.
I think we can kind of hear it. I can imagine it.
And then next we have Maritzi from Talent Analytics. Congratulations on winning a Bardo topical.
Ooh, cool. Don't worry,
then
folks. There are
just
we
another
got
winner?
one more.
One
Yes.
more. We have a vape cartridge from Tonic going to Jason at HempSmarts. Congratulations, Jason. Thank you for being a part of this event with us.
Awesome.
And then, shall we dive into more about our flowers? And then stay engaged, stay tuned, guys, because we're doing more giveaways throughout the event.
Yay to the winner. I love it, Mary. If the live chat was, if we could actually hear how it sounded, there would be a lot of joy and clapping. Kate, I love the clapping and congrats. All right, so we are about at that time where we want to call upon our first judge, Jonah Casper of Aloha, if you wouldn't mind so bringing back your video. And we are going to go to our top 10. So folks, you all saw the list for the top 20, but we are now going to dive into who the top 10 are. The top 10 are the folks and the farms that can qualify for the all the different categories that we listed. So Jonah, welcome. Give a little quick introduction to yourself, and then we'll invite the judges. Actually, all the judges can bring their video back if you want to join us. And we'll go from there. We'll do a little popcorn style. So our goal is to look at every one of these buds that are in the top 10. We'll get an introduction by one of our judges, and then we'll do popcorn conversation. Again, I might recommend the standard view. If you click in the upper right-hand corner where it says view, and the standard shows the video stacked above the projection. So here we go. We're going to our first one. Jonah Casper, what do you got to say here?
All right. Well, I guess I really thought it was a lovely flower. My first impressions weren't as wonderful as kind of my impressions grew to be. I think at first I was kind of like, oh, there are long pistils and some partially developed seeds. And I was like, oh, it might be a little early in the cut, but smelling it in the bag, it had that like lemon and a little bit of musk, and then cracking it open, it really got strong with a little bit of fuel. I wrote skunk. I'm not sure if I really smelled that. It was just a funkiness, and then it kind of faded back to lemon. But I, over time, just really appreciated that kind of sativa quality. And then ingestion, I loved the way that citrus kind of faded to a mint. And it's kind of a rarity, I think, but a true testament to kind of a wonderful, what I think to be a sativa dominant flavor.
Sweet. All right. And other judges, anyone else got any comments they want to add for cultivar number 7? Popcorn style, anyone could go. We got about a minute and a half for each one of these varieties, and I welcome you all to add some perspective here. Don't be shy now.
Yeah, I'll jump in on this.
Great.
I thought the dry and the cure on number 7 was top notch. Did an incredible job on the dry. It was a perfect moisture. It was just fantastic all around. Yeah. So good job.
Love that.
The aroma, everything popped, and good growing techniques, obviously, but that dry and the cure, in my opinion, is the most important part. You can turn a decent flower into great flower, and you can make great flower really pop. Great job on the dry and the cure. Kudos.
Love that. Love that. Anyone else got any 2 cents they want to add to cultivar number 7? Seems like we got a little bit of that the residue from tasting all those CBD flowers. I'll tell you what, I did the 20, and it is a lot to grade 20 different hemp flowers over time. So Penelope, I see your comment about notes. Maybe if Nee or Mary, someone in the back end could send just to the panelists the link for the notes again, that would be awesome. But if there are no more comments we want to add to cultivar number 7, we're going to keep on moving. Our next presenter will be Sarah. And again, I want y'all to just introduce yourself, your organization, and then you can add your comments. So Sarah, welcome on board, and let's look at number 8.
Number 8. Oh, yeah. Well, hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Stenoff, and thank you guys for having me. First off, this is awesome for the awareness, the education, just to get out there, have more events in New York. I'm so sick of traveling with High Times and all these other events all over, and there's nothing in New York, and we're so epic. Like, to all the farmers, yes, number 8 was my top. It was awesome. It was great. But to all the other farmers, well done. Epic job across the board. You know, this was really hard judging. But for number 8 for me, you know, as well as 38 and 37, but number 8 to me stood out. The drying, the curing, you could tell, I mean, they were smaller nugs and popcorn nugs, but that doesn't matter to me, because whether it's a large nug or a small nug, it's about the quality and care that's put into it. The aroma was amazing. The taste was amazing. The drying and curing, you can just tell the time was taken to do it right and just do a nice slow dry and a slow cure. The trichomes were just gorgeous. The orange hairs on it and the green coloring. It was just an overall beautiful bud and a wonderful experience. So that's why it was my favorite bud.
I love that. Yeah, this was a really unique one. Again, Leaf LLC. You guys should be proud. Anyone else got any comments they want to add for this number 8? Again, anyone's better than nobody. So let's hear what you got to say.
Yeah, I'll go. Hi, everyone. My name's John from Sativa Remedy. So this strain, what really stood out to me was the bud structure. So I don't know still yet if this was an indoor or outdoor grown, but if I were to make like a bet, I would definitely bet that it was an indoor grown. There's a certain density about the nugs that was really consistent for every flower, not just like a density in the flower material, but like a density in the resin and the trichomes too. And that I really don't see a whole lot, especially in outdoor flower too. So I'd be really amazed to see where this was grown in.
I'm going to come in and I'm going to agree with John. Hi, it's Maria from Miss Berry Farms. I really think they did an amazing job with manicuring. That's something that's sort of important to me. So I really like their job with their trimming and their manicuring and the bud structure. It was really impressive.
Definitely agree with that as well. Anyone else want to add any more comments on that? If not, no worries. But obviously structure, look is a big one with this bud, and we'll see how that plays out in the long run. If we keep on going, we are looking at number 11. And Maria, I'm going to ask you to come on to introduce this next strain.
Hi, everyone. It's Maria with Miss Berry Farms. Thank you so much for having me. It really is an honor to be a judge and just what you guys are doing with this flower cup. So very excited to be here. I have a family-owned hemp farm in upstate New York. Yeah, and just so one of my favorites here was number 11. As you can see, it has, to me, it has really great color. It had really heavy trichome quality on it. Another thing that I loved about it had like this really sweet gas aroma. Also had a really creamy taste and an extremely smooth hit. So I really, really enjoyed this strand.
Cool. Appreciate that feedback. Anyone else have any thoughts here? This is definitely a beautiful bud, and John, you captured its essence pretty well with that photograph. Big shout out to Glennis CBD.
Yeah,
This should-
color wise, it really, I would have never guessed that this was actually going to be a super haze. It's just typically because of like the colors that I see are so vibrant. A lot of the purple is like a deep purple. It's not just like a frosted tip kind of a purpleness to it. So yeah, very impressive.
Cool.
Yeah, hi,
Reggie.
everybody. My name is Reggie from Canna House. Yeah, this was actually a bud we talked about kind of as judges, I think, previously, where some of us were at that point where everybody was like, I really love this bud. It was really awesome. And that wasn't my first impression. And so I went back and I really got an appreciation for it. I mean, John just said it. I mean, the colors, I thought it was dull originally. When I first thought about it, I was like, it didn't catch me. It didn't pop in the eye. Even this aroma didn't really pop right out the bag for me. And I was like, I didn't see it. And as I went back in and I opened the bud and I was able to actually smell some of that hint of like that earthy citrus, which is weird. It's like a oxymoron, but the bud itself was kind of an oxymoron. And I really started to enjoy a lot of the look, and the taste was really smooth. And I'll say this about a lot of different buds. At moments, outside of the being intoxicated, I forgot I was smoking hemp. And so kudos to all the growers. Like, I mean, I really, really appreciate it being a part of this. And yeah, 14 was I doubled back, and I really learned to appreciate that one. So shout out to those guys.
I love it. Cool. Speaking of, anyone else have anything they want to add? Because otherwise we'll keep moving. But I see Jonah.
I was just gonna add on. Yeah, I remember this being one of the more unique kind of scents I got too. I noted cheese, and I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you all for your perspective on number 11. Great work, Glennis CBD, on the Super Haze. Next, I think we have Emily Kyle, and Emily's going to be speaking to number 14. So Emily, welcome. And this is a Super Haze from Twin Arch Farms. And let's see, do we have Emily on here? If not, someone else might have to pick it up and run with it. I think we had her, but now I don't see her. So anyone have their notes at hand and want to speak off the cuff to this Super Haze? Let's do that. We could also maybe give Emily a chance to come back on. I don't have my notes in front of me. That's just one moment, folks. This is just how we deal with it when it's live. Jonah, I see you look like you're ready. What do you got for us?
I was just gonna kind of run with it. I thought that this was a pretty impressive flower at first sight, and it was maybe a little bit dry, but the way it expressed all of those strong haze qualities. I mean, I have haze written a few times through here, and now knowing that it is, and those floral kind of old protein paint scents really came through. So I thought that was a strong example. Also noting this picture here, the nice formation, an artful trim, as I would say.
Love that.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I really thought the care for this bud was really nice. I'm looking at my notes here. I really enjoyed the trim. It was like an 8 to 9 on mine in terms of my scale, my grade. I actually liked the moisture level of it. It had a nice bounce to it. I thought the buds were healthy I had here, and kind of thorough. So I really loved the shape and the health of the bud. So I really thought that was a nice, beautiful, beautiful bud.
Yeah, I thought I agree with Reggie fully on that. The trim, the manicure, I thought was exceptionally well done. Even the dry, I thought was great. It smoked perfectly, smooth finish. Great job, guys, over at Twin Arch. Tom, great job, buddy.
Mary, would you be able to send Emily Kyle the link again? Thank you so much. We're on the fly here. We are taking it as we go. All right, so that is number 14. Next up, we have Penelope, we're going to introduce number 17. Number 17, sour special sauce from Growing Family Farms. Penelope, you are up. Oh, do we have you, Penelope? Not sure. Oh, we got you on mute.
There we go. How's that?
Great.
Thank you. This has been great. And we have had a hard chore ahead of us with trying and narrowing these down. With 17, I've got my notes, and to me, I really felt like a candy or cherry. It was kind of exciting to me. I really enjoyed it. It was dense and dark and sugary, and very sticky. I did see some amber. I looked with the scope and wasn't overly, but I thought it was nice, very pleasant. So I'd love to hear what some of the other judges thought.
Also, who are you, Penelope? What do you do? Just real quick.
I'm the executive director of Western New York NORML, and I'm a wellness coach and cannabis educator with the cannabiscommunity.org.
Cool. Thank you so much. All right. What's everyone else got to say about number 17? Mary, I saw you put something in the chat. Why was 17 your number one?
I just loved number 17. I don't know. I don't know the words. It was just so delicious and so stinky. And yeah, I don't know. It's not like that.
Great.
Yeah, number 17, I can't like pinpoint the smell, but there's something in there that's like one of my favorite smells. It's like, it's kind of gassy. It's like almost like a gassy diesel-y background.
Like,
yeah, there's that certain level of stinkiness that just makes you keep wanting to smell it. Yeah.
Honestly, number 17 was the first one that I pulled out of my judging box. And it was, the first one that I smelled. And I was like, oh my God, are they all going to be like this? But they weren't all like this. This was my favorite.
Cool. Emily, great to see your face. No worries. Maybe we'll have you introduce number 37, just because I don't think we're gonna have Jim, so you can prep for that as well. Anyone else got any more comments they want to add for number 17?
And I will note any of our audience participation. Drop your comments in the chat. We'd love to hear from you as well. If you had any special notes, please drop them in chat for us and we'll shout you out. Thank you.
Great. All right. If no one's jumping at the bit here, we have John Fraser is up next with cultivar number 19. Oh, but before that, folks, don't you wait another moment because we got a giveaway. I'm even surprised where these are stated throughout the document. That was sincere joy, just to be clear. All right, so Nee, you want to, I wish we could do the spinner, but do you want to announce the next winners again?
Yes, and this selection of prizes is actually going to be very unique. It is just to the farmers and to our People's Choices as a sign of gratitude for your participation in our event this year. We are going to be giving away 2 tonic flights, 2 Bardo Lab topicals, and I corrected myself earlier, 2 of Bardo Labs cartridges as well. So we're going to have a total of 6 winners in this. So bear with me as I choose the winners and I will announce them as we go. So
I really do wish you guys could see the spinning wheel. It's really something to be excited about. Because if we don't have enough stimulation in our days.
And our first winner, the email is aastudiosfl@gmail.com. You will be getting 1 tonic flight.
Awesome.
And then let's go again.
Oh, there's that. There it is. It's really like this crazy kaleidoscope that is just so silly to see, but I'm glad we're doing it.
Then we have compguy@roadrunner.com. You will also be winning 1 of our tonic flights.
Awesome.
Now we have some Bardo topicals in line for you, filled with 1,000 milligrams of hemp extract, along with some other great botanicals as well. And Dahlia Viteri is our winner of our first Bardo Labs topical. And a few more giveaways, guys. We love doing this.
That's what we're really here for. I messaged my friends and they registered just for the giveaways. You gotta give thanks for that.
Our second Bardo Lab topicals is going to Daniel Kuski at gmail.com. Congratulations, Daniel. Thank you for being here with us. And then we have two more. These are going to be vape cartridges, half-gram vape cartridges from Bardo Labs as well. Thank you, Bardo, for sending all these products our way. Thank you, Eric.
Yep, big shout out. It all goes a long way. Again, from a startup event perspective, just the ability to get donations in from the vaporizers to the products coming from Bardo and Tonic, it really goes a long way. All right, that's the sound of success. What do we got next?
Peter Castraba at gmail.com. You will be receiving one of the Bardo Lab cartridges. And then one last final one. Let's see who is going to be our final winner for this round.
That's right. Oh, did we do a double spin?
We have Heather from Twin Arch Farm winning
Sweet.
a Bardo Lab. And yes, I did have to do a second spin on that one just because that person had already won before.
All right, we got to check the algorithm and get back to y'all, but we have another winner and we are ready to move on. So like I said, we got John Fraser from Sativa Remedy. And let's introduce number 19, Lifter from Growing Family Farms. That's a beautiful picture right there.
Thanks. Yeah, so number 19. So one of my favorite things about this strain had to really be the nose for it. So in all honesty, I think really all 20 of the strains that were sent out had a good nose. I don't think they would have been in the top 20 if they didn't all smell good. But for me, like a few of them only had the ability to like kind of fill up the room that you're in with that aroma. And so like for myself, that's my definition of it being loud, is if someone can walk into that room, they're like, whoa, what is that? So number 19 for me, it filled up the room with like a skunky, pungent, like stinkiness that I usually don't see in a lot of hemp flowers. So yeah, so for me, nose, it was, although like a gassy diesel is definitely like my go-to profile, the skunkiness from this one is definitely an attention getter. So that was my favorite thing about it.
Mm.
Speaking about attention getter, this one did get attention. Our landlord is upstairs from us in our hemp dispensary, and he noted the pungent smell seeping up to his upstairs room, and we clarified with him. It was more of a funny joke between us, but yeah, number 19 really filled the air.
I love it. Who else has got anything to say about number 19?
And so that I just want to go back to it. So now knowing that it's Lifter, it makes a lot of sense because you can really still kind of get some of the fruitiness, but it's that the skunkiness from it really takes over on this one. So that was a good job.
Yeah, I was just going to note there was a sweetness there for me too. I wrote down a little bit of cherry on the grind, just adding it on.
Cool. Any last takes on this one before we move on to the next? The pressure is building. We're getting close to the finals, folks. I can tell. Nails are biting. All right, so we're looking at number 20 next, and I'll call on Mary Pryor to come on, give an introduction to this strain. Kate is legit biting her nails. I love it.
This is my favorite one, obviously, I think, according to the score that I submitted. I don't really remember too much of that because by the time I got to this one, after revisiting my favorite top 10, and I called Zach to make sure it was more than like what I was doing. That's because I was totally lifted. But 20 is my fave. I like 20 for a few reasons. I'm trying to, the notes, I can't like pull them out to full view. So I'm gonna remember what I said as best as I can. It was the most full bud that I had in my delivery package. And I like that there was like, it smelled like fruit stripe gum to me, if that makes sense. But there were like slight hints of like citrus, a little bit of berry. I thought it was really good moisture. I thought the resin like looked fresh upon looking. The back taste after like getting the terpenes into your system and getting like the cannabinoids in your system, like it had a really nice floral, yet like I want to say like not too bitter, kind of like bitter in the way of if you were describing something like a Chenin Blanc or a Sauvignon Blanc, but like not a newer Sauvignon, something that's more like 10 years old. And I really enjoy just kind of like feeling like it had something in terms of definitely like the pickup of that coming into the consumption method that really mattered. I did the Dynavap situation with it once. The go around
situation.
I call it the Dynavap situation because you know why, Zach, and because Dynavap is from Michigan. I'm giving them all the grace in the world, but I broke my Dynavap, guys. It was my fault, but I burned my hand and I have an injury now. So Zach, you owe me money.
I got you.
I'll be suing you. But yeah, 20 was my fave. Like I gave it, I think it's the only one I gave 10s. And I mean, it's beautiful. Like I think it's really, really, the trichomes, like it's really pretty to look at underneath a magnifying glass.
I love that.
And that's my 3 cents on that.
Cool. Thanks, Mary. Anyone else want to add anything else on this bud?
Yeah, I'm with Mary. This was my second favorite. I really liked everything about it. Again, really high on the trim and the manicure, the touch of it. It had a nice sticky to the touch, which again, I was really looking for like things that made me feel like a cannabis, right? Like it wasn't hemp and would make me feel like, hey, this could trick someone. And, you know, those type of things those elements were really present here. I love those, the orange hairs. I love the not so frost on the inside. When you pop that bud, it had a nice little like sugary inside of the bud. It was a dope bud. I loved it. It smelled great. I did get that kind of fruity hint that Mary was just talking about. That fruit stripe gum is funny because I could see what she's saying there. So yeah,
it definitely had like that. I really had to sit and be like, oh, okay. And I had to remember what fruit stripe gum was. First, I was like, there's a zebra. There's a fucking zebra. There's a zebra. There's a zebra. Is it Zoobly Zoo? It's not Zoobly Zoo. Fuck, it's a zebra. It's a zebra. Oh yeah, fruit stripe gum.
This is the best 5-second gum ever. Yep, that's right, Zach.
It was. Zach.
It was hitting for those first 3 seconds were a hit, and then it was not.
I love it. All right. Anyone else want to add anything on the 20? If not, we will be moving forward. No one's jumping at it. So Reggie, you are actually up next on number 27, the Abacus from Heartstone Organic Farm. Take it away, Reggie.
All right. So once again, my name is Reggie from Canna House. I'm the founder and president. We are a cannabis-centric social club. We curate and host cannabis-based events, of course, with education as a focus as well. So we do cooking with cannabis, puff and paints, things of that variety. So really looking to connect with some of those organizations that are involved. So shout out to you guys. And shout out to you guys, Zach, Mary, Nee, John, for putting this together. You guys really rocked. So I just wanted to make sure while I had the space to talk, I gave you guys your shouts out because this was really dope to do in a pandemic, man. So 27. Again, I really like the look of this, and the smell was really unique to me. It wasn't like super vibrant, but it was bright with the hints of purple. I thought this one stood out the most with the purple hints. And it's trim. Again, I feel like all of these guys really took care of, because now that Zach mentioned this when we talked before about the transportation of these buds actually getting into our hands. By the time they got to us, me having to separate you guys, putting them in bags for it to get to us. And then I think about, the quality in which, it still was there and intact. I was really, really impressed. And this was another one that stood out for me. So again, kudos to you guys. Really like the moisture level of this. It had a real nice crumble to the break. And I love the smoke. It had a really nice, cool smoke at the end. So I enjoyed that. And yeah, man, I'm really like to see what else these guys grow. I enjoyed it.
Love that. Who else has got any notes about number 27?
I do. This was one of my favorites. I didn't, I gotta be honest, I didn't taste all of them because smoking or even, vaporization isn't always my go-to. But this was fruity and sweet and one of my favorites I had written down. I'd given it a 10 and I did not hand out 10s. I always tried to keep things between, around the 9 so that I'd have somewhere to go in case something really hit me like a brick, and this did. And it was really, it was a beautiful, I saw a lot of purples and greens. I do use, scope on my iPhone. So it's really fun to really look in there. And it was incredibly sticky and resinous. Just a beautiful little flower. So awesome job, Hearthstone.
I love it. I love the 10, the big 10.
Oh, and I know who they are too. I just realized that. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, personally, I thought this was in my top 5 for the nose, the aroma. It was gassy, fruity, creamy. It was just that perfect mix of, funk that I happen to love in a flower. And the cure, again, I know I've mentioned this a couple times in the past, but the cure and the dry on this was top notch. You guys handled it beautifully. And again, as Reggie said, by the time it got to us, it's been handled a few times. And for it to keep those qualities speaks volumes. Great job, guys.
Love that. Yeah, I recall the cure on this one being something that really stood out. That the shape and density of an expression of this bud to the touch really showed that this bud was taken care of. So that's pretty cool. All right, well, on to our next one. We want to give Emily Kyle another opportunity to introduce number 37.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to present number 37 again. Sorry for my technical difficulties.
All good.
My name is Emily Kyle. I'm the owner of Emily Kyle Nutrition, which provides cannabis education to a broader, more global audience, focusing on safe edible consumption mostly, but really all things cannabis. Last year, we were able to reach over 3 million visitors, and so we're really proud just to bring high quality education to the masses. So for number 37, definitely one of my top 5s, and it was actually, I could tell by the other judges' scores, a very, very popular flower. It had a great trim, a really full bud, and great color. There was a lot of really bright green with some slightly orange pistils, so those color contrast was beautiful. A really nice trim, and just the buds, they looked really, really good, manicured really nicely. For the trichomes and the resin quality, everyone said it had really nice frost. It said nice frost on a lot of the judges that used the same terminology, which was interesting. Gorgeous trichomes, sticky and sugary. For the aroma and terpene quality, everyone said they could open the package right away and know it was high quality, a musk, Beaster, berry, a lot of berry, and cherry. A lot of people said cherry as well. And then for the dry and cure, well dried, nicely cured. And on the flavor and taste side, I think Zach, this one was yours. It said tastes like a bit like a sweet clove on the exhale, which I noticed as well. Strong
cool.
tingle and very tasty flavor wise and a delicate herbal flavor and taste. So it was a really beautiful flower.
Oh, I love that. And again, shout out to the BAOX from grown out by New York Hemp Service. And I actually know the genetics from this one, Ben Holmes. We got to give a shout out to those who are bringing these genetics to the surface. So thank you there. Anyone else got any thoughts they want to talk about number 37?
Yeah, this one for me, it's just the color is it's just outstanding. So the bright greens that I see inside there, I usually never see that like once it's past like the dry and cure. So like a lot of buds, once it's dry and cured, like you kind of start to see the colors start to kind of degrade a little bit and dull out. So for the cure to be that good and for their color to still be that vibrant with like no signs of oxidation at all. So very impressive. Whatever technique they're doing to dry and cure and to store their flower is definitely on point.
Love that. Reggie, I saw in the chat you said this is your absolute favorite. I love that too.
Yeah, man.
Definitely a unique one.
Like out the bag, just knocked me out, just took me back, man. I just was taken aback at like, this cannot be hemp. This is not a hemp, but I mean, it just had really good body. I mean, like John said, the colors were just, I mean, they just really stood out a lot. For me, the perfect amount of like crystallization. Again, we talked about the trim job and just the upkeep of it. I just really was impressed by everything about the bud. The taste, I feel like I didn't do it as much justice because I kind of was in that phase where I was just tasting a ton of weed at the same time.
Totally.
So I'm not really sure if I remember its taste, but again, I know it was my standout in terms of like everything about, what I enjoy of a good bud. It had those qualities. So kudos to am I saying it right? Is it BOAX or BOAX?
I've learned to say BAOX, but I think
this is a highly debated name on how to pronounce it. So.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good name then, right? It has us talking. So kudos to them for that as well. Marketing 101.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment in relation to what you guys were talking about and what Zach said before. I mean, I think that speaks a lot to what Ben Holmes was able to accomplish in his serious genetic work. And I mean, those cushy or beaster kind of notes really coming through. And like Reggie said, maybe not even being able to tell that this is distinctly hemp flower. I thought, I don't know, just kind of shout out to Ben Holmes again. I think that's really important. And knowing that like BA and OX are two different varietals that he crossed to make BAOX. I don't know how he would pronounce it, but maybe that's a good question for him.
I love it. So on that note, we are heading to our last flower to present. I'm going to call my friend Eric Carbone up to show number 38, Lifter from Breathing Webs Farm. We got to give a shout out to Oregon CBD, the Crawford brothers, because they have a pretty strong showing with all these Oregon CBD genetics, the Sour Space Candy, the Silver Haze, the Lifters, etc. So Lifter from Breathing Web Farms. Take it away, Eric.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Eric. I'm co-founder and CEO of Bardo Labs, lead grower at Tracola Farms, and VP of Tonic CBD, which my wife Brittany runs all of this with me as well. Thank you for being letting me be a part of this, and thank you to everyone who helped out and donated, and all the great organizations you're running. It's incredible work. I'm actually super pumped about this one. This happened to be one of my top 3. And this is from friends of mine at Breathing Web, Kristen, Samir. You guys killed it with this one. Thank you so much for growing this. Let me just pull up my notes real quick. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, we got all day.
It was like this was 9s and 10s across the board. The scent profile was great. The cure was incredible. The dry was incredible. The trim job, I know personally the love and care that they put into their flower, and it absolutely shows. It shine through. Yo, I am super pumped for you guys. Great fucking job. Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
No, it's great. And just to be clear, Eric had no idea whose farm this was, but I intentionally put him on his friend's farm just so he could give a shout out in the end. So I love that you gave him such high ratings, and great job, Samir. And there was a question, will there be links to the COAs for all the entries? More to come on that, but yes, we could provide, I think we might be able to provide the backend link to all the COAs, and we are also, the champions themselves will reveal the COA. So good question. Anyone else want to say anything about number 38?
This was my second favorite. I think all around profile is what really made me stood out. It was kind of like one of those ones you look at and you're like, all right, what's wrong with it? Because you open up the bag and the aroma's there. And you take it out and the trichome and the resin's there and the stickiness. And you're like, all right, I'm going to open it up and find something. And then you open it up and it's just pops more. And then the aroma and that nose with the terps, it just hits you. And then you smoke it and there's white ash and it's good. And it just all around, one after another for me, like you said, got 8s and 9s across the board for me, because it all around just had a beautiful, you could tell that love and care was put in from grow to harvest and cure, and even the trim job on it was amazing. So props to these growers, epic job. I loved it.
Cool. I love that. All right, just want to take a moment again from the COAs. We downplayed the COAs for the sake of this cup. We initially were going to have them have a heavy influence, and then we decided not to do that because we wanted the buds to be graded on the bud themselves, not on some idea of what a good bud is or not a good bud is. So I just want to add that comment in there. Okay, last chance for number 38 before we go into the next level, folks. That means one more giveaway to get us all jacked up before we learn who the champions are. So every one of these looks amazing. Yeah, that's right, Michael. Love that feedback.
Yes.
All right, neat. Oh, go ahead.
Let's take it away with our third giveaway, and we will be doing one more at the very end, so please stay tuned. So third round giveaways, we are giving away tinctures from Flower City Collective. Thank you, Zach, for donating these tinctures. And I've personally tried them out myself, got a little sample beforehand, and they're really amazing and have been really helping with my sleep quality. So to get started, and this giveaway is for everyone. So anyone who has donated in the last couple of minutes, your name has been added to the list. If I've noted that you won before, I will spin again just so we can give everyone a chance to win a prize. So let's get started.
I'm really feeling this. I wish we could be blasting it louder.
I know, we'll figure it out. But for our first tincture getaway, we have hendered3@gmail.com.
Cool.
And then we have, that is for the 1500 milligram. Now we're going to do the 2400 milligram. And we have Nicholas Haminsky@gmail.com. Congratulations, Nicholas.
I love it, Penelope. All right. What's this one going to be? Is it another?
Oh, Justin Schaff is going to win a 1500 tincture from Flower City Collective. And we have one more 2400 tincture to give away from Flower City Collective and a couple more great prizes before we go into the winners.
All right, folks.
And we have Amy11@live.com taking the 2400 milligram tincture. And now we got a couple more prizes. We have our last tonic flight and 2 more Bardo Labs topicals. So 3 more winners. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, everyone.
Yep. And as we're waiting, just know feedback from Mary on our back end. We're super close to our $6,000 goal for community reinvestment. So thank you everyone who has updated this, who's donated this last little push. It means a lot.
And then we have jwatenka@gmail.com taking home a tonic flight.
Cool.
And then 2 more Bardo Labs topicals. Oh, we're gonna remove that name. That person already won. Spin again.
All right.
We have Higher Living RN at Gmail taking home a Bardo Labs topical. Great for those achy muscles during the winter time.
That's right.
And 1 more topical to go. And we have John from New York Hemp Service taking home the last of the Bardo Labs topicals. Congratulations to everyone who's winning. And please stay tuned until the end because we are going to be giving away an ounce of the winning flowers and some other great prizes. So please stay tuned.
Okay, folks, here we go. I can't wait to click the next button. We're getting to that point. And we are right on time. It is, all right, so here we go. The category grading overview. We want to give you a little bit of background information as to like what we are looking at and how we came up with our results. So we're going to start with the best in category or best in class. That'll be best nose, best look, best taste, best feel, and best resin. We had 37 total complete judging reports that came in. So you can see that there's 370 points in each category, which reflects the 10 points each person could get from every individual judge. So there's 37 complete judge forms. That means there was 370 total points for each category. Now, if we jump over to Harvest Cup Champion, when we had our 12 or our 13 judges total, Baker's Dozen, that could each have a 10-point score for nose, look, taste, and feel. That adds up to a total of 650 points. So the Harvest Cup Champion will be determined by the industry judges, and that's on a cumulative score of 650 points. Now, the People's Choice Champion is a combination of all the People's Choice choices, which is there's 24 final complete People's Choice submissions that came through. And that would be best nose, so there's 240 points there, best look, 240 points there, all the way through for a total of 1,200 points total. So for our grading best in category, those are a combination of People's Choice and Harvest Cup Champions. So total points there. Harvest Cup Champion is just the industry judges, and then the People's Choice Champion is the culmination of all the People's Choice grades. So we are going to start by going best in category. We also have a specialty sustainability award because one thing we do want to push is the value of a sustainable cannabis industry in New York State. We have the opportunity to do it and do it right, indoor greenhouse, etc. So we're excited to share that and give a little shout out. So, all right. I don't really remember what slide is next, but we are all ready to see what it is, folks. Let us turn the page. Best nose. Let's see how this goes. All right, we are looking at a score of 261 out of 370. The best nose goes to cultivar number 20, Amy's Hemp CBD from Premium CBD Spot. Again, here we can take a peek at some of these cannabinoids. 15% total, 12% CBD, non-detectable Delta-9 according to the lab result we had in. So best in class when it comes to the sniffer is our Amy's Hemp CBD. And this one was something that we all really appreciated out of the bag. And it's definitely exciting to see. I see Sarah laughing at me. How you doing? All right. So
sorry, you said the sniffer, man. It's hysterical.
I sure did. If anyone wants to pipe in, we welcome it, but we'll probably just keep streamlining here because we are getting close to the hour. All right, next we are looking at the best look, folks. Did you see that? There it is. Out of 370 points, the best look is coming away with 289 points. That will be our cultivar number 37, the BAOX from New York Hemp Source, coming in with a total of 22% cannabinoids, 20.8% CBD, and apparently non-detectable Delta-9. You know, that's just the way that it goes. So best look, it looks great on the screen. Another shout out to John Fraser of Sativa Remedy for taking all these awesome photographs. One thing we promised all of our farmers is all of the grades that we as judges have created, as well as a bunch of these HD photos that we hope they print out and put up on the wall, because it's definitely worth celebrating. All right, best taste. I think I still got some of the taste on my tongue from last night's late night submissions. That's right, I was late in getting my grades in, but I'm still happy to be here. We are looking at 261 out of 370 points. That is that Blackjack from Relief Leaf LLC, coming in with a whopping 23.5 cannabinoids total and 18.4% CBD content with a 0.09 Delta-9. So there was a lot of comments on the smell here, but also we see that it came out with some excitement overall from Best Taste. So again, this is Best Taste according to all the People's Choice judges and all the Harvest Cup finalists as well. So it's fun to see what's coming through. All right, and then we go to Best Feel. Now that's not the feel when you take a puff off of it. This is a feel from its texture. It's when we break it down, its cure, etc. So we're looking at Best Feel. Whoa, we got it again. 265 out of 370 for our friends over at Relief LLC. Again, that's two right there. That's pointing big ups to our friends at Relief LLC growing out that Blackjack. And now for the best resin content, we are here to see the Sticky Icky going to, boom, here we go again, 264 points out of 370 for our BAOX out of New York Hemp Services. So again, that's something to be stoked about just in itself. Now, I don't remember what the next slide is, so let's just see where it goes. People's Choice runners up. Drum roll, please. This is for the second place, culminated out of 1,200 points, folks. We got to be excited for this. We are looking at, with a total of 897 points, with a nose of 185 out of 240, a look of 178 out of 240, a taste of 181 out of 240, a feel of 181 out of 240, and a resin 172 out of 240. This is our Super Haze of Twin Arch Farms with a 22.5 total cannabinoid content, a 17.61% CBD, and a Delta-9 at 0.18. Big ups to Twin Arch Farms. Awesome success. Beautiful bud. The people loved it, and you should love it too. So, just because something got the best nose doesn't mean it can't be in the top category here. We've got a couple exciting more results to come in, folks. I know you are sitting on the edges of your chair. Here we go. People's Choice Champion. You see that right in the right-hand corner. We got the Harvest Cup trophy to remind you that this is a champion in himself right here. According to the public, out of 1,200 points, the number one score for the People's Choice, getting a 912 total with a best nose, with the nose of 183 out of 240, the look 187 out of 240, the taste 178 out of 240, 176 out of 240 for the feel, and a resin of 188 to 240. That is our Amy's CBD premium out of premium CBD spot with total cannabinoids of 15%, total CBD of 12. Again, this one got a lot of love from our industry judges, and the People's Choice judges loved it too. We are so stoked to see that. Congrats premium CBD spot. We are stoked. We'll follow up with both the runner-up and the People's Choice Champion as to next two. Just so everyone out in the audience knows who's watching a live stream, we are actually, one of the gifts for the champions is we promised to purchase a pound of the winning People's Choice Champion and a half pound of the runners up. And we will continue. Our intention is to, you can't say raffle, can't say sell, but donation-based giveaway for the flower to continue to raise funds through and through. So we will take these pounds and continue to sell them off or donate them off to keep raising money to give back to the community. So we're hitting our 6,000 mark no matter what. And I'll tell you what, people are going to be chomping at the bit for this Amy's Hemp CBD. Really unique cultivar. Curious to learn more about the genetics and the history. Maybe we can do a little interview and share as a follow-up. But cheers to premium CBD spot for this amazing cultivar. All right, folks, can you feel it? Hearts are beating, mouths are dry. We are hungry to know who the Harvest Cup runner-up is. Looking at a score of 483 out of 650, we recognize this bud with 93 out of 130 for the nose, 104 out of 130 for the look, taste at 92, the feel at 96, and the resin at 98. Runner up for the Harvest Cup is the BAOX, the New York Hemp Service, with cannabinoids at 22%, the total CBD content at 20.8. This was that stellar bud that folks were stoked at. And yeah, no surprise this one was in the top 5, let alone the top 2. And ask any one of the judges, it could have been number 1. So this BAOX coming from New York Hemp Service, we salute you. This is great. Tell us how you're working your magic. Excited to learn more about this bud. And folks, be sure to stay tuned about how you can get your hands on some of this stuff. Without further ado, we see the Champion Cup in the right-hand corner. We know its importance. We know that whoever shows up on this slide will be taking home that exact cup and will be known throughout New York State as the Harvest Cup, the 2020 Harvest Cup champion. Folks, you better believe it. We're looking at with a total score of 493 out of 650 with a nose of 98, a look of 100, a taste of 88, feel of 105, and resin of 102. Big shout out to Heartstone Organic Farm for their abacus with a total of 26.5 cannabinoids, CBD content 22.48, Delta 9 at 0.24. The people have spoken, the finalists, judges have spoken, and we see that this flower has come through and dropping jaws. It wasn't in the best of its category, but it came through the strongest. Folks, if you all want to add a perspective or shout out, maybe reaffirming that this bud was something you guys appreciated, the time is now.
I'll add something to that. I think something that got maybe, I don't know if I just got a slightly different bud than what was commented on before, but I wanted to add that I also got these really unique notes of like horseradish, which isn't something I've found very often in flower. And I thought it was really worth noting that there is a largely unique quality to that flower beyond just being a little fuel gas kind of haze thing going on.
Mm.
Congratulations to Heartstone Organic Farm. This was one of my top favorites. Super impressed seeing the cannabinoid, the total cannabinoids right now, and this was a great bud, and it was awesome. So congratulations.
I see some jaws are still on the floor. I'll tell you what, I was surprised, but not surprised that this bud won. And it shows, you know, the overall grades matter, folks. It's awesome to see how it came through. And yeah, anyone else got anything they'd like to add? The time is now.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, being so high on 37, I thought it was a slam dunk. But seeing this being the winner and like rethinking all the conversations that we've had, how I looked at that bud, and then really my notes. I believe I actually introduced that bud tonight, and just going over my notes, I'm like, it really did score high in every category for me. So like it deserved it. And it was so, again, I don't take anything from Hearthstone. You guys did a tremendous job. I just was a little biased to Cultivar 37, but no, congratulations to all the winners. Again, before we cut out, I just want to again give my applause for everybody who participated in this, man. I was really impressed about how much I enjoyed this process. I didn't know what to expect as a judge. I think so. I appreciate it all. And shout out to DynoVap. This is really a dope product. It really allowed me to take in cannabis in a way I hadn't before. So I appreciate that. And 27 Hearthstone, you guys are well deserved. Well deserved.
Awesome. Love that, Reggie. Thank you.
Yeah. It's great to see how pretty much how this came to win. It was even keel for me across the board. I mean, it was above average on every aspect of it. It was well above average on every aspect. And it just goes to show you that the consistency in what they did brought them to the top. So good job, guys. Great job.
It was definitely in my top 3. I think it was one of the most unique buds that I had. My notes, I didn't have very many notes that I took on them because I was tired from organizing the event and didn't have energy left to make notes about stuff. But this one I did make notes about, and it was super unique. I love the perps. I put sticky icky, the drooly emoji face. And it was just very pungent with like a florally diesel-y smell. So yeah, great job. And it wasn't my number one, but it was definitely up there.
I do want to say, if there is anyone from Hearthstone Organic Farm out in the audience, you can raise your hand. And I think I can give you permission to talk, but we'll see. Oh, I see someone. Let me see if we can do this here. If not, we will definitely do a follow-up. I don't know if I'll be able to bring you up here, but I do see you. I see you out there, and we will do a follow-up and make sure you have opportunity to tell the story of your flower, because I think that's going to be a really important thing. So anyone else have any more comments they want to add? Because we will keep on moving through.
Yeah, this one, I think I had a chance to peek at the growing methods, but correct me if I'm wrong, this was outdoor grown, correct? I'm pretty sure.
I think that's something
this was.
And so this was definitely one of the ones where I was like, this is indoor for sure. It has to be indoor. It showed like all the signs of it being like indoor, especially with like the resin content and just having like stems that are that thin. So for it to fool and to make me think that was some indoor stuff, that's definitely kudos.
Yeah, I think that's really important to say. I would love to say that number 37 too, if I'm not mistaken, was an indoor, and number 27 was an outdoor. And I think that when it comes to talking about New York State hemp flower, we saw a diversity of products being input, and the fact that the champion today is an outdoor grower speaks volumes. So I think, yes, it's a celebration there. I see Radio Shack saying outdoor grow, love it. Stoked you guys are stoked. Anyone else want to add more comments to the 27 before we move on? We got one more little award we want to give a shout out to, 2 farms in particular, but also welcome more comments on number 27. Cool. All right, so we do want to give a sustainability recognition. Again, there's sustainability in building an industry that's based on craft business, but there's also sustainability that's based off how we cultivate. And we underline these two farms, Heartstone Organic Farms, which won the Harvest Cup, and Growing Family Farms, which had 2 in the top 10, both certified organic. Heartstone Organic Farm is outdoor cultivation using Korean natural farming and Jadam farming practices. It means they are building the soil, they're using cover crops, they're building their own microbial life on site and reinvesting that energy back into their soil. And as we know, soil means everything. You are what you eat, but what you eat is what's in your soil. So we cannot speak enough to the value of soil. And Growing Family Farms, certified organic, they're no-till, raised bed, permanent agriculture, a very diverse polyculture. So the fact that both of these farms are placing in the top 10 proves that we can grow outdoor hemp, we can grow sustainable hemp, we can grow hemp that is part of a bigger cultivation system. And I think that just has to be underlined as we look at the industry moving forward, that, salute all of the cultivation mechanisms and the individuals who cultivate it, but knowing that there's some folks who are growing in this kind of way warms my heart. And big shout out to those farms, because in the future, the sustainability question will be part of the submission form, and that will influence the grading process. So we flew by the seat of our pants this year, but know that we see the farms out there who are kicking ass and taking names and doing this in a great way. And we want to make sure we continue to recognize that moving forward. So big shout out to Heartstone Organics for the championship, and then Growing Family Farms for top 10 and growing the way you all grow. It's truly stoked to see that. I think we're getting to our last giveaway time. Folks, don't go anywhere too fast, because we got the little spinning wheel that we can't share with you at this moment. Actually, Nee, shall we try? Maybe we should just do the way we've been doing it.
Yeah, you can definitely try. All you have to, can you stop sharing your screen?
Yeah, stop the share. So let's see if you can do it here.
Yeah. This I will share. And I want to know, I put everyone's name back in.
There we go.
Yay.
This is what we've all been missing in the back end. So all the names are in there. We got a couple more goodies that we're going to share. This is how it happens on the back end of the Harvest Cup, folks.
Yes.
Nee,
And
let's see that wheel spin.
yes, and let's start with some fun stuff. So we still have some vapor cartridges from Bardo Labs to give away, but I am actually going to choose the winner of the 1 ounce People's Choice flower first. I put everyone's name back into the pot so that everyone has a chance to win. Thank you, Zach. You got my pun.
I sure did. This is just how it happens. Paul.
Congratulations on winning 1 ounce of the People's Choice flower. Now we will be doing the 1 ounce Harvest Cup winner. This is the overall champion, the beautiful Abacus.
Fingers crossed, folks. Fingers crossed.
Cross your toes, cross your fingers. Let's do this.
It's spinning out of control. Wow.
And I believe that is Melissa Moore.
I think so too.
Congratulations, Melissa, on winning 1 ounce of Abacus. Alrighty. Some last fun minute giveaways for you all. We still have some cartridges to give away. I got 7 of them and I'm going to start spinning.
I see Nate in there saying, "Yay, I won." Another comment from about the blackjack we saw, also an outdoor. Mary Kruger.
Mary.
She shakes her head. You can't say no now. You can't say no.
Let someone else win. Let someone else win.
Are you sure? You worked really hard. You were putting together all the data last night.
I mean, okay. I did donate money too, so I guess I'll.
Yes.
Yes.
Please do.
Take it.
I will remove
I love it.
your name, Mary. And then we are down. We got 6 to go.
That's right, folks. Thanks for everyone who's still in attendance. We are still rocking it here live at the Harvest Cup.
Jay Hales, congratulations on winning a Bardo Labs cartridge. Already, we've got 5 to go, friends.
All right, we're cruising.
I think Doug already won. Do we
I
keep
think
Doug
so
in?
too.
Sorry, we're going to choose again. Give someone else a chance to win.
All right. Yeah, and folks who are still on here watching live, be sure to follow us on social media at flwr.city.cup. That's how we're rocking this. We'll also be doing more giveaways in the following weeks regarding the flower and doing some cool interviews, it sounds like. So, all
And
right, back to
then
you, Nee.
We have Diane winning the 5th vaporizer cartridge.
Sweet.
And then we got a couple more to go. Cruising. Peter, did you win yet?
There
Peter,
was a
you-
Kostrava, but I don't know if it
Yeah.
was Peter though.
Peter did. So we're gonna move on to the next winner. Sorry, Peter.
That's right, folks. We're still spinning the wheel, having a good time.
Ooh, Rooster MJ.
Wow.
Congratulations.
All
Got
right.
3 left to go, friends. Last 3 giveaways. Stay tuned. You could be the lucky one.
Oh, Rooster, Michael Roos. Nice.
Spirit costume.
Spirit costume, like the store, question mark? Not sure, but I like it.
All righty. Last final one.
All right, folks.
Last final one. Oh, we got 2 more. Oh, look at
Oh.
that. Second to last.
Second to last, folks. You've all been waiting for this.
T. Kostrava. Wonder they're related.
There we go. Yep, they are.
All righty. Last and final winner. And please note all the winners, we are collecting your email. We will send you an email shortly with a follow-up on how you can get us your contact information so we can get your prizes out to you. So be patient with us as we do our debrief and figure out all our back end. Last and final one. This person already won.
Wait, Jay Wettenkamp won already?
Yes, I believe so.
I might have to square up with him offline. I'm not sure. John, if you're out there, I don't remember if you won or not.
John, did you win yet?
Oh, well, let's spin it again and let's do our thing.
Yes. Ryan Bald at buffalo.edu. Congratulations,
Oh.
Ryan.
Sweet. And Nee, if you could stop your screen share, I'm going to throw up the, here we go. Just bringing this back up, folks. All right, we're 10 minutes over our initial intent, but honestly, we've covered miles from Erie County all the way down to Long Island, up into somewhere in the Adirondacks, down to the southern tier. That includes where the farms that we've seen submissions from, that includes where our judges are, and really sincerely super grateful for everyone who's made it on to this Zoom. We had, I'm pretty sure, over 100 people watching this between our live stream and through here. So just big shout out to the community at large who's been making donations, who's been watching us and following us along the way. Huge shout out to our judges who have been on multiple calls more than once throughout the past months. They've been giving us good feedback, good information and sharing, and all of our partners. Really, it goes such a long way. Super grateful for all the farms. Sincerely, we're blown away by all of the submissions. Yeah, Penelope, want to reiterate that. Just know that we are doing this because we want to support the farm community, and it takes a community like this showing up to actually have the impact that we're aiming for, both in the farming community as well as those around us who are in need. Big shout out to the organizations that we're donating to, Rock Food Relief, the Flower City Noir Collective, and Massachusetts Avenue Project. And yeah, just stoked. Really, Nee, I'm gonna pass it off to you, and then I'd love judges, y'all can say hello, goodbye, etc. But just stoked.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey to put together this event, and it it's been one of the funnest things I've done. I love hosting events, and I always want to curate events that I would want to participate in. And in the era of a pandemic, it's been so hard to connect with people in our cannabis community. Mary and Penelope, I'm sure you can speak to this. I love normal meetings, and I love that we talk about advocacy, and we really fight hard for this plant in our state, and we want to amplify the voices of those not only in the industry but in our community as well. And we can't wait to do more events and to really showcase this plant, and deep gratitude to everyone that joined us and helped to put this wonderful event together. And I can't wait for the next one. Thank you, everyone, and hope you all have a good night and enjoy yourselves. Stay elevated, stay lifted, and peace and love to you guys always.
Thanks, Nee.
Yeah, thanks, Nee. And, I just want to throw a super huge thank you out to Zach. He has thanked everyone a million times, and honestly, none of this would have happened without Zach. This is his brainchild. We, like he said, have been talking about this for a couple of years. We had our practice run with a whole month of events that we had planned out in April that was going to be epic. And it was the same type of idea where we were, going to be raising funds to give back to the community, but then COVID happened. So we couldn't get things together fast enough to make that happen virtually. And Zach really pushed for this event to happen this year. And I just, so much gratitude to Zach and the vision behind this of really filling the cup and, showing that cannabis has the power to do good, has the power to build communities up instead of break them down. When we're talking about how much this plant has to offer our communities, we can't forget about the communities that it's destroyed in prohibition, right? Because cannabis is hemp, is marijuana, and it's done a lot of damage. And so much kudos, Zach, to you for leading this and really showing that cannabis has the power to do good. So excited to see how much money we raise for these organizations and for what's to come from here.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Mary. And I got to just send it right back quick to Nee, John, and Mary. This literally wouldn't have happened without you guys. You put in overtime, and yeah, I share that love and that gratitude. So thank you so much. All right, my friends. Yeah, thanks everyone in the chat too. Just stoked to see what's going on there. There's probably gonna be some things we'll follow up with via email, including farmer COA, etc. But yeah, I just want to give shout out to the judges. Y'all, it's been great. I think we got to keep this going some way, shape, or form because you're a fun bunch and this is just the beginning. So super stoked.
I can't wait to do more in-person meetings and to potentially have an event like this where we discuss cannabis and to continue raising funds. The potential is endless. And I think the abundance that our community, but not only West New York, but the entire New York State, you showed up in such a powerful and strong way. And you gave back to these organizations. That's looking like $2,000 for each organization. And it's amazing to see what the power of the people can do. And that we're always here to fight the good fight, to support the farmers, to support those communities that have been harmed because of prohibition. And we're gonna keep doing it. This is just the start of the industry here. We have barely cracked through the ice, but we are the movers and the shakers that are gonna make this industry great. And I'm so happy to share this space with you all.
So I'm curious who's gonna go dig back into their bags, because we got a couple buds we put aside. You should see our vape pile of our ABV. I don't know if you can see this, like between me and my brother, like a huge ass vape pile. It's pretty funny. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you.
Buds aside, but then I end up smoking them, so I don't really have anything left.
Good. I love
it. It was enjoyable. And I think the biggest thing I loved about this event is, prior to a lot of these farming events just coming up, there's always been a steep learning curve in agriculture, steep awareness and educational awareness around agriculture. And there's always been that bridge. If for us, we got ducks and chickens and dogs and barns. So to see people come here and be in just awe of watching chicken getting laid, it makes our head scratch. man, we got to deal with this shit all day. Like, what do you mean? Come anytime and scoop it if you want. Like, but it really, as a farmer, puts you back and realizes we do have this gap, this steep learning curve in basic agriculture. So to have events like this are really amazing. I mean, we need more of them, not just bringing forward, the need for farmers to understand the appropriateness of how to improve their buds, which is always great, or connect with the other people. Maybe we could find ways to market and distribute, which are always shitty in the state, excuse my language, but we're in a very bureaucratic state, heavily commercialized, heavy commoditized. If you're not automated, screw you. Everybody forgets the small farmer. And for this to come together, it allows a way for a lot of people to network and to get education, get those resources. So this event overall, it's been fun. It's been a blast. I hope you keep it up. I look forward to partake in years to come. And if you ever want to send me any more hemp, Zach will provide my address. Shoot it on over whenever. I'm here to smoke at your disposal. I'll let you know how it goes.
I love it, Sarah. Thank you so much.
Hey, I want to shout out to Sarah for everything she does. And I don't think it was mentioned too much about how this plant helps and heals people. And she's working with the veterans, and she is a veteran. And I have so much respect for you. And, we are fighting in this state also for the right to grow at home, also because it is such a therapeutic and giving plant, and it just, between the whole, environment as well as our bodies and our minds. So, thank you, Sarah, and thank you all for setting this up. And I'm so excited because this is only going to get bigger and better. So, but, having it over, I'm also a little, I got to say, I'm sad, but I'm thrilled to have Nee back. So we got to get busy. I've been laying easy on her. So Nee didn't mention it, but she is the new deputy director of Western New York NORML. So we got to get busy, girl.
Work to do.
We got the work. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here and part of this.
Thank you, Penelope.
Really.
I just want to thank you, everybody. Really, it's been such an honor to be here, and again, I can't express my gratitude enough. Really, just to even meet you all and discuss this cool plant. And I have to repeat what everyone's saying. Gosh, I hope we can do it more. Let's do it more. Let's do it again.
Let's do
meet
it
in
more.
person.
That's right.
In person, yes.
Yeah.
Cannot wait till this can become in person. Just then, what it's going to be, and the money we're going to be able to raise to give back to the community. It just is such a beautiful event, and I'm so excited to keep it going and keep it growing.
Yeah.
And I think we can all share the sentiment is like when I first got into the hemp and the cannabis industry, it was just me and John going back and forth with each other and reiterating the same thing. And it's so cool to make connections, but also make friends in this industry, and to know that we share the same love of the plant, but also the same love for our community to continue to do things like this that not only highlight the plant, but also give back to the community. And it's so cool to build these connections and to build this community.
I'd like to come in and say thank you so much for putting this event on, like everyone has said, but also thank you for highlighting all these amazing farms. A lot of these farms have a lot of history, family history, and they work really hard. So to be able to bring that to light and then showcase their hard work, I mean, there's a lot that goes behind it. And yeah, so I really appreciate you bringing all the light to the farms in New York State. And they really did. They showed up. I'm super proud. And I'm super proud to be a part of that community and this community.
Truth.
And thank you for your hard work, everyone. Even from like the emails to the text messages to just making sure that we knew what we were dealing with, to the trainings, to just like, I can tell a lot of hours were went into this, and hats off to everyone involved. And thank you for keeping us together and having us do something that was actually really, really fun. It's my first cup ever that I participated in. Looking forward to making more.
Awesome. Thank you both.
What an honor. We were Mary Pryor's first cup that she participated in. That's going to be Mary Poppins was like,
I was like, oh, this is how it goes. I'm tired of smoking all this.
That's super exciting that we this is gonna put New York in like on the map with a cup, and it's just gonna keep growing from here. Like that we were able to do this in a virtual event given all the circumstances with everything this year. I'm so proud of everyone that make this event possible, because it wasn't just the organizers. There was a point a few months ago where we were sitting there, we're like, shit, is this gonna happen? And then stuff started coming in and then we're like, shit, can we handle what's gonna happen?
Truth.
Oh,
yeah, no, thank you.
Oh, sorry, Reggie, you go.
No, I'm sorry.
No, you please first.
Oh no, I just want to say thank you guys so much for again having me be a part of it. I second everything everybody has said. I look at this as like a really foundational piece for what we'll have in New York State. Like this is going to be something that we're going to build on. I'm really proud to be a part of the inaugural cup that took place, and seeing you guys do it again under these conditions and this climate is just a real testament to you guys' ability to get shit done. And so I'm glad to be associated and affiliated with you guys. I look forward to being so much more other projects, and I applaud everybody's commitment. I want to say that as well, because being in the event space, I understand so many things can fall through, and other parts that are outside of your dream and your vision have to take place for things to actually come together. And so I applaud everybody for staying committed and being a part of it and making this shit legit, pardon my language, but for real, man, this felt right. So kudos to everybody, man. Thanks.
Thanks, Reggie.
Yeah. So thanks to Nee, John, Zach, everybody who worked to get this all together. I was very happy to be a part of it. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet a bunch of people who I've known their names already in the industry, but it's kind of nice to get to know them. Even though it's virtually, it's still kind of face-to-face with all the Zoom meetings, but I do hope to meet all of you in person. And, that being said, if there's ever anything that I could do to help you guys as far as, any of this work goes on further, I'd be more than happy to throw my hand into the mix and do what I can to help you guys out. So thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for letting me be a part of it.
Yes,
of course.
Eric said too. Yes, please, man. I extend my whatever I can do to help anybody. You guys know that you have a permanent resource here.
Yeah, same. And just know you guys showing up is so huge, and we will always remember, and you guys always have a seat at the table. That's the starting point. And just whether that's from planning or being a judge or what have you, we want to keep on doing this, and it's going to keep evolving. So just, so much love to each one of you. And I keep getting goosebumps every time you guys talk. So I know we're doing something right, and the community feels like we've showed up, and that's just a great starting point. So thank you.
On that note, I think we say goodnight.
Yeah, I think we say goodnight. And let's
I don't want it to end.
I know.
Gotta start
Zach, another
John's got to take me on a date, guys. He's got his date night.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Eric?
So another Flower City meeting tomorrow, every Monday.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m.
No, but really, keep your eyes peeled. We'll have follow-up stuff coming out. We'll have some post surveys to, help decompress over the next couple of weeks and get some feedback about how we can keep making it better. And we're gonna start soon before we know it. So
have a good night, everybody.
All right, y'all. Take care. Talk soon.
You guys killed it. Great job. Great job.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good night, everybody.